Here you can see that Sib's quarters are further back. Now that's not because he's not pulling, it's because he's a longer horse, so don't run away with the idea that the other chap's up doing his job. You know, just because his arse is further forwards, he's a shorter horse, a much, much shorter horse.
Come up.
Little argument there. And I know you say, well, you shouldn't tap him on the quarters, but what he's saying is, don't touch me there. Well, he shouldn't be saying that to you. You should be able to touch him with the whip any way you want and have him respond to it, as in get up and do what you're told, not telling you to bugger off, which is what that's about. Just arguing, you know, he thinks he's doing enough work. Because the next thing that'll be is kicking the carriage. You ask him one too many times. And he's got that tail swish in him, and the next thing he'll do, put his ears back and let rip with his hind legs. And then you've got the front of the carriage smashed in. No good. He's got to get his attitude sorted. Well, you've got to sort his attitude, so you're in charge of him and he does what you tell him to. Or he gets his tail over the reins, which is another handy thing, and looks at your reins and you've got no steering. All because he will not get up and do what he's told. He's been let to get away with doing what he likes. He doesn't think he's got to work, and when you do ask him to work, he doesn't want to, and that's where you get the tail swishing. You've got to drive them. You can't just sit there and let them slop along and assume they're going to go down the road fine, because they won't. You've got to be constantly on the ball, looking at your reins, looking at how your horses are going, looking at your traces, making little adjustments each time to keep them going together as a pair, because they're all matched. So, you know, you're going to have to be prepared to actually drive them and not just sit behind them and hold the reins. And don't think just because Sib's on the inside, you know, that he's away from the traffic and he's going to be better. There's still plenty for him to look at on the inside, and let me tell you, the big fat horse won't hold him over. So you've got to be looking further down the road, preparing yourself for anything. You know, they're not going to be an easy pair to drive. They look like they're going down the road perfectly fine, but please believe me, you'd want to be some driver to be able to get them going nice and balanced like this. You said when you growl at Tam, he normally gets up. But you start growling him now and all you'll do is upset Sib. So, you know, when you get your voice taken away like that, so by that I mean you can't use your voice as an aid, because you're upsetting or giving conflicting messages to Sib, who you want to stay steady, that only leaves you with your whip. And you can see what he's like, you know, how he reacts to the whip round him. No, if every time you go out you've got the time to school them and continue driving them and improve the way they're going and work on any problems that come up, which is what you should be doing, and you've got the skill to do it. But you don't want to be doing that when you're on a wedding. You've got more than enough to think about with where you're going, with the bride, with, you know, people cheering and clapping and church bells ringing and everything else, you know, confetti, yeah, everything, you know, the photographer where he's to, and you don't want to have everybody in the photo of you with a scowl on your face as you're yelling at one horse, or even worse, the whip in your hand, ready to give the horse a smack, because that doesn't look good.
Get up. Walk. Walk. Come on. Get up. Turn up, good boy. Walk. Walk.
They look like a bull, don't they?
Yeah.
Cut! 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 All right.
This horse here, he's looking at the driveway, doesn't want to pull it up the hill, he's quite happy to slow down and
We go straight in
turn
there
it
in
and go
driveway.
straight, yeah, rather than pull it up the hill.
Steering, we'd be straight in there. Go on. Hup.